Hey guys, this is Josiah, and today I wanted to share with you my biggest inspirations as a filmmaker, and this is something that I've been wanting to make a video about for a while, and now I just figured that today would be a great opportunity to be able to share this with you. So I've been inspired by a lot of things that over the years that have grown me, developed me as a filmmaker and as a storyteller, and really the funny thing is that a lot of those things weren't really movies, even though I've always had a fascination with movies, and I've always just really found the art of filmmaking very interesting. But there was really one film trilogy actually that stood out above the rest, that just made me go, yes, that's what I want to do with my life, and that is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. If you know me at all, you know that by now. I talk about those movies all the time, and they are such a huge part of my life and stuff, and not even just as a filmmaker, just as a person. And so those movies were really the things that really inspired me to want to become a filmmaker. I still remember when I watched The Fellowship of the Rings for the first time, and I was just completely blown away by it. And then after watching The Two Towers and Return of the King, and after we bought the DVDs and stuff, and I started to watch like the behind the scenes features for the films and stuff, I was like, that looks amazing, and I want to do that with my life. So those movies were really the thing that made me want to become a filmmaker, and I fell so deeply in love with those movies that it just really changed my life in a lot of ways. But those weren't the only things that made me want to become a filmmaker and be a storyteller. I was inspired by a lot of things like the old epics, like Beowulf, the Iliad, the Odyssey, the Epic of Gilgamesh. A lot of those things were really inspirational to me. And I always just really enjoyed those old epics, and I just loved how they followed these different heroes, and you saw the different struggles that those heroes had, the journeys that those heroes had, and I was just always fascinated by those stories. So those things were a really big inspiration for me. I was really inspired by mythology, Greek and Norse especially. A little bit of Egyptian as well, but mostly Norse, out of all the mythologies. I've always just really enjoyed Norse mythology, and I think you can kind of see how the old epics and mythology affects everyone in general and stuff. And I think you'll see that more over the years as you get to understand everyone better and see the different stories that come from everyone. You'll be able to see how I've been greatly inspired by the old epics and mythology. And then one of the final things that really happened that made me want to become a filmmaker, that kind of solidified in a lot of ways, was this film festival. This was back in, I want to say this was back in like 2005, I think? 2005, yeah. San Antonio Independent Christian Film Festival. That was, they announced that they were going to have a reward for $10,000 for the winner of their film festival. And this was like back when like Christian films were really in their infancy, and you know they were not very well done and stuff. But me and my friends were like, you know, we want that $10,000. Back at that time and stuff. $10,000 was a lot for a little kid and stuff. And we're like, yeah, we can do this. We can win this festival, no problem. We don't know hardly anything about filmmaking, but let's do it. So we were going to make a movie about the Alamo, but that kind of fell through and stuff when we realized that we didn't really have an Alamo, and that would have been kind of difficult for us at that time to be able to create an Alamo or whatever. So we decided we were going to make a film about these two Scottish clans, and they were going to have this big fight against each other. We're kind of infatuated with things like Braveheart, and Lord of the Rings at the time. So we were really into like the hack and slash sword stuff and all that, and Scottish stuff and all that. So we were going to make a film that was about these two Scottish clans. It never happened, even though we like rehearsed the scripts for that film for like almost a year, and it was kind of crazy. We were slowly like buying props for it and stuff, but the film just never happened and stuff. And it was just kind of sad, because I would have liked to see what we as like 12, 13-year-old kids would have made and stuff. It would have been interesting because we were all supposed to be like grown men and all that. We were gonna have like fake beards and stuff and try to talk low, and you know how that goes for a pre-pubescent boy. Yeah, it doesn't really work out. So so it would have been really amusing to see what we would have created. But that was kind of that whole time when we were like, yeah, let's make a movie. It really just made me want to go, yes, I'm ready to start making movies and stuff. Even though that one didn't work out, we went on to make a bunch of different weird short films and stuff that were really crazy, and you know, it was a really great time because it was just us as friends just making movies together, and it was a really fun time. And I kind of missed some of those days sometimes where it was like where you aren't like always stressed out about budget and schedules and stuff, and you just took a camera, went out somewhere and just made a movie, even if it was not the best quality or whatever and stuff. So a lot of those things, you know, Lord of the Rings, the old epics, mythology, and that event that happened, those things were really the things that launched me as a filmmaker. Of course, I've been inspired by a lot of things over the years and stuff, but those were kind of the things that built the foundation for me as a filmmaker. So I just thought I'd share this with you, and I hope that you guys kind of enjoyed this little insight to me as who I am and what made me into a filmmaker, and this crazy dream that I've been pursuing since like 2005 and stuff. So so it's pretty crazy, and I hope that you guys enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys very soon in another video.